Welcome back to another episode of Travis Take Two. I'm Jordan Travis.
And I am Devon Travis. Heck of a week. So excited to be here. Man, so it's already our third episode, bro.
Crazy.
Man, I can't wait to get to this guest today, man. One of my favorites. Don't look at my shirt too closely. Might give you a quick little tip. But no, man, this has been so much fun. I mean, I've enjoyed so much watching you open up and speak, and I think you're starting to like it, bro. I think so.
It's like a little therapy session. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You see?
It is cool.
Yeah, right behind the mic.
Yes,
Yeah.
I never would have thought that. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And remember to follow Travis Take Two on all platforms. Like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Let's get it, bro.
Let's go.
Sure.
Anything good this weekend?
Yeah, the Gators lost. Yeah, we got a big win. Seminoles got a big win. I mean, doing what we're supposed to do against teams that we're supposed to beat, and that's big because we've had times before where we lost to Jacksonville State. Can't take those games for granted, and that's one thing I am big on now. Ever since that loss in whatever year that was with me and Mackenzie, we were both out there and we both had a little struggle. But yeah, another thing is watching Mackenzie beat them boys. I know he wanted to. It was a close one, UCF versus Jacksonville State, but they got him, and I know that was a little revenge game for him.
Yeah.
What was it, last weekend? Not this past week, but the first week.
Oh, that game was crazy. Like that long delay, right? Weather delay.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. I forgot that was McKenzie that was there at the time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I mean, back to that Florida loss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, well, I guess you can say USF win, but I like to say Florida lost a little bit better personally. Sorry, Jonathan Bostic, one of my best buddies, and he's my boss, and I really like my job, so I don't want to lose it, so I don't want to go too far in depth with this conversation, but it's always a good Saturday when Florida loses.
Yeah, talking about that game, bro. Once again, I don't want to give the Gators any credit because I do not like the Gators, but that USF team is a pretty good team. I mean, quarterback, I think his name is Byron Brown. He went off.
Big boy.
He went off. And then we got my guys guarding his blind side. You got Zane Herring at left tackle and freaking Big Tom Schrader at left guard, bro. So it's so cool to see those guys succeed and doing what they love. They're having a freaking great time. I see them on Snapchat going crazy. So it's so cool. Shout out to them. And that coach, he is sick. Alex Golish. Watching his press conference after the game and how much he appreciates the people around him and the people that got him here. It's so cool. Like just hearing him, he wasn't talking about himself. He talked about everyone, his wife, his kids, the team, his supporting cast growing up. So cool. And watching him hug his family in the field after the game was really special.
I mean, what a big moment, right? Like USF has, I remember back in 2010, I believe USF was my freshman year of college. It might have been 9, but USF came up to Tallahassee and beat the Noles when we were pretty damn good.
Who was that quarterback for them?
BJ? Yeah, might have been.
Yeah.
From Tallahassee, right?
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I'm so happy for USF. And I think like the conversation we haven't gotten into too much is the transfer portal and like preseason rankings now, like throw them out the window, bro. Like no one has any damn idea who is who. Like yeah. I love Florida State. I watch every damn football game and I turned the game on in game 1 versus Alabama and I didn't know anybody outside of Tommy Castellanos, right? Like the whole team was just, it's different year to year and yeah, man. I mean, just a crazy win over in the big dogs in the state of Florida, right? And I saw the tears on the head coach's eyes, and you know how much that meant to him, and the celebration from all the people around that program coming in, screaming, hugging. Sick. What a cool moment. And I look at the Florida State Seminoles, and I see Mike Norvell on the sideline, and like, I know we beat Alabama, but I almost see like a more composed, calm leader of the team, right? Like he's not calling the plays anymore. Billy Napier, like I can't imagine, number one, how tough it is to give up the play calling duties, because I would imagine like if someone who likes to play Madden, like calling the plays and that's fun, right? But there probably becomes a day, right? Yeah. Like where you get to this point where you're like, I just need to steer the ship, right? Like I don't need to control every damn different little part that's going on. Like I'm going to hire the right people to do their damn job. Mm-hmm. And I got to trust that I've hired the right people. Mm-hmm. And I can just sit back and watch and lead this team and spend time with everybody. What's your take on that from really both perspectives?
I mean, watching Coach Norvell, obviously I think he's one of the best play callers ever. I mean, the plays he called for me, I feel like he helped me out a lot and put me in great positions all the time. So I'm grateful for him. But yeah, I know that took a lot for him to do that. I mean, but when you have an opportunity to have Gus Malzahn, someone that he looked up to early on in his coaching career, come and be your offense coordinator, and you could just be the leader of the football team. Obviously, he probably has a big part in that offense still because they do a lot of similar things. But I know that was one thing for him. You could just see he looks relaxed. Like he's out there just leading his men and hearing his freaking pregame speech. I mean, every single time he gives me chills. He could make me run through a wall every single game I ever had. If I wasn't pumped before the game and I was not ready, shoot, I can tell you 5 minutes before the game, that man got me pumped every single time. So, I mean, I sent it to you, I'm like, chills. And I mean it. Like, I literally get chills, like, thinking about it, listening to him speak. So, yeah, just watching him lead those guys and just focus on just being a head coach and building relationships, which he always did. He always had great relationships with his players. Shoot, I text him all the time and just checking on him. I text his wife, his family loves you. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I don't want to get involved with Billy Napier, but I mean, at some point, I do think you have to give another offensive coordinator a chance to call some plays because you're not putting points up on the board. I mean, the first game we did, but I mean, that was a team that you're supposed to do that against. So,
and they have so much talent.
Talent.
The quarterback's so...
DJ Lagway is a beast.
Man.
I mean, come on now. Like, we have their backup quarterback, Tramelo Jones, supposed to go to Florida State. He's a beast. I mean, they have guys all over. I don't know what his name is, number 3.
Man, he's nice.
Receiver. He's sick, bro. So it's like you have these guys all over the field. Maybe give the play calling up and give somebody else a chance. I think he's a great coach. I do. I think he leads his men, and I think he gets guys that want to play for him. So I have nothing against him. But yeah, man, I mean, at some point, it's not working.
Yeah, right.
Up,
I cannot imagine being the leader of a program and one of the best athletic programs. As much as it hurts, that Florida administration and the athletic side of things is bananas. I mean, they got arguably the best administration in all of college sports. So I like that they've given them like a lot of leeway though, right? Like we live in an era where like your coaches lose like a game like that and they're like fired immediately. Like Billy Napier's lost a couple games that Florida probably had no business losing, and they've stuck with him. I don't know. I just see the Mike Norvell thing, and I'm like, man, it might be time to give that away and give someone else a chance. But anyways, enough about Florida because this is not no Florida podcast. Go Bulls! They got Miami this week. USF.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think USF has Miami this week.
And
so
then Florida might be after that because I know Florida Miami plays soon coming up.
Because I think Florida plays LSU and USF plays. Yeah, they play Miami this week. I saw a crazy stat. This in the AP era, USF is the 4th team ever to knock off 2 ranked teams in a row to start a season and be unranked in both games.
My thing is they're ranked 18th right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. What do they have to show you? I mean,
you want to get back into rankings?
I mean, no, I don't. My thing is like they beat 2 ranked teams. I think they're the only team in the top 25 that's beaten 2 ranked teams.
For sure.
What are they doing at 18? I don't understand. I mean, Clemson lost. They're ranked above them. I mean,
they don't look too good.
I didn't. I mean,
I'm gonna tee you up. That's all right. I'll let
Dabo's gonna get him. Dabo's gonna get him going. That's gonna be a good game against Florida State because I don't care what you say. In those rival games, no matter who you're playing, Clemson, Miami, Florida, those games are always tough. And that D-line is fire. I don't care what anyone says. And they might not have it going right now, but Clemson's one of those teams. I think 2023 they weren't great at the beginning of the year, and they picked it up. And that's always
even last year
they were good, right?
Yeah, like a little shaky early, and they got it going at the right time.
Yeah, Cade gets it going, but Dabo always gets those guys going. And talking about Dabo, I mean, that guy is special. He's a great coach, but he's a great person. I mean, I remember sitting in my hospital bed that night on November 18th, and one of the first people that called me when I was laying in the bed was I see like a random number pop up, and I see maybe Dabo Sweeney, and I'm like, no way. So I pick up the phone and he's like, hey man, I just want to call and just let you know I'm praying for you. And we sat on the phone. He said a prayer. It was a quick little call, but I mean, he didn't have my number. He took initiative to go out of his way to get my number, just to call me, just to say a prayer for me. It just speaks volumes to the man he is.
That is so damn cool.
Sick,
I never knew that.
Yeah, bro. Cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
So cool.
I mean, go Clemson. That's what's up, man.
That's why whenever Davos
That's why
talked
you won't
about-
let me say like
never
put any bad
Never,
words
that
on.
man's a good
Okay,
man.
my bad. I respect it, bro. My bad. You're right. They'll get it going. He's a great coach. This is a conversation that like I've been dying just to ask you, because you've lived like the highs and the lows. You had very little expectation when you got to Florida State.
Yeah.
And even once you became the starter, right? Like it was still a lot of uncertainty, like who the hell is Jordan Travis? And we got no idea what's going to happen this year. And then you became the guy, right? With a ton of pressure on a highly ranked team from the beginning of the year. And you got big games back-to-back years against LSU. I can't help but think about Archie Manning. Like, I don't know if I've seen pressure like and as much hype on a kid who really like hasn't played much really throughout his career, and he's being tabbed as the number 1 overall pick, and Texas is the best team in the land, and throw that first game out the window in my opinion, right? Texas versus Ohio State, probably the 2 best teams in the country, if not they're 2 of the best 3-4 teams in the country. What can you speak on and like a little bit of like insight maybe into like what Arch Manning is feeling?
I don't know Arch personally, so I mean it's hard to speak on. I feel like Shadur Sanders had a lot of that too. But I feel like one thing that kept Shadur, which I don't know Arch, Shadur is very big into his faith. And at the end of the day, there's only one man that could judge you. I mean, who cares about what anyone else has to say? So I know that's one thing that Shadur probably did. I know he always talks about God, and I know how special God is to him and to all of us. But Arch, I feel like it's tough, bro. It's so tough from high school all the way. I mean, probably 8th grade, they were talking about him. All the way till now. The kid's hurt. I mean, you could see his shoulder is messed up. Like, no one throws a ball like that and reacts instantly if his shoulder's not messed up. So he's obviously going through something. So me and you had that conversation with Dad, me, you, and Dad. And I defended him because I'm always my quarterbacks. Yeah, bro, he gets a lot of hate. I mean, the kid's hurt. Playing quarterback with a hurt shoulder is not easy. I did that in 22 against Florida. Or maybe 21 against Florida when we lost there.
Oh, yeah, that hit from the back.
Yeah. No, that was my back. I'm thinking the next year.
Oh, God.
When we went back and I got the AC joint sprain, and then I had to throw the ball the whole time with the grade 2 AC joint sprain.
I do remember that.
So I know it's not easy. So whatever he has going on, I pray he gets through it. I know he's going to be good. Arch is a good quarterback, and he's where he's supposed to be. So I don't know if it's going to take a little time like Clemson takes a little bit of time, but he's going to get it going. I mean, this is his first time other than last year. He started a few games, but he is the guy right now. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get into it. He's still young. I think people forget he's just turned 21 years old. He's young, and that's young for a quarterback in college football today because, shoot, felt like I was 30 years old playing quarterback at Florida State. But, yeah, just give him some time, bro. He's going to be all right.
Okay. Yeah. You make me feel better because I root for Texas a bit with my wife's family, and they all work for Kendra, and Kendra's a huge Texas fan. So okay, I'm gonna give him some positive encouragement on Arch Manning, man. It's crazy to me, Jay. Like NFL obviously is back. I don't want to talk too much about my Cowboys, but they look pretty good in game 1. Take it easy. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Defending champion Philadelphia Eagles, like, man, pretty good showing in game 1. Take it easy.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me though, right? How like one game in college can the world is like, oh God, they suck. And then one game in the NFL is like, that's just one game. Like we'll be back next week. And that's always been like a little bit like puzzling to me. What's it like on the inside, right? Of like losing that big game, but then having to like wake up the next day and you got to be ready to go in another 6 days.
Are you talking about college or
college?
I mean, college, I would say, college is the hardest thing because people don't realize after you lose a big game, you have to walk to class on Monday. And your face is, first of all, is on every bar TV, every TV in Florida. You got to walk to class on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And those kids in your class are always looking at you. Maybe say a few things or.
Like if you lose?
Oh, come on.
They say stuff to you?
These kids don't care at all. I remember driving through College Town after we lost those 3 games, NC State game when I took that pick at the end of the game. Or maybe it was Clemson. And I had my window down like cracked. And everyone knew my truck driving around Tallahassee. So I was driving by and I was with Kai, my best friend. You know, he's crazy. All I hear is, you shouldn't be. It was 7 o'clock at night. Been through a full day of practice, meetings. He said something along the lines of, shouldn't be out driving. Go get on the practice field. So Kai jumps out of my car. He's ready to fight him. And I'm just like, in my head, man, I have a life too. Like, what am I supposed to do? I lost the game, so I got to go sit up and cooped up in my room and lose my mind. I'm a person. Like, I think we lose vision that we are people too. Behind the helmet, behind the jerseys, we are people too. And I think that's one of the biggest thing people forget is, oh, he gets paid to do it. I didn't get paid when I lost against NC State. I got paid this past year, but I didn't get paid to go out there and lose NC State. So I'm the hardest on myself. I don't need extra. Yes, you are a fan. So yes, you can have your opinions, but me driving my car down the street, I don't need to hear that shit. So that interview, that kid, I'm thankful for that kid because it kind of lit a fire under me and it pissed me off. I'm like, I'm done losing because I'm tired of that. I'm tired of my little sister having to walk to class and not feeling confident that her brother is Jordan Travis. And that used to irritate me because I know it hurt. Like, it hurts no matter what. Because when you used to strike out and even dad would get pissed off and say something, I'm ready to fight. I'm pissed. So I can't imagine her.
Ready to fight dad, right? Like,
I'll fight him. Yeah, like, you know that. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things. I think just people, bro. I mean, we got to get past the point of, oh, this guy gets paid. Bro, you see people that have a lot of money that aren't happy with their life. Some people put money first and others don't. I mean, money is not a lot to me. God comes number one, whether I'm broke, whether I'm rich. I care about one thing. When I wake up every day, I'm thankful for the day I have and the family I have and the Lord and Savior I have. So, yeah, bro, I mean, we're people. So give those guys a break. Yes, money does not buy happiness. And I think we see it a lot in today's world. So, I mean, give those guys a break. I mean, these are still 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids that are out there. And we got grown men that are trash talking kids that when you see them face to face, they
love you.
Don't say nothing.
They want your autograph, right?
So I know the guys that say stuff about Daryl Jackson. If you see Daryl Jackson face to face,
I don't think you say none.
Nothing at all. So.
Not a thing. That's such a good point. I know me and you are like, we're incredibly passionate about this because there were days when I was playing where fans used to bust my shit up when I was sucking. Mm-hmm. And you and Jada were, 10 to 11, 12, 13, however old you were. And you guys were going back at fans. And then, obviously the tables kind of flipped and I became the biggest Jordan Travis fan in the world when my career ended. And I wasn't afraid to chime off at people. And I just think that the freedom in which people feel that they can speak about athletes is asinine. Mm-hmm. Like, we're humans. And I get it. Like, I love the passion. Give it to me. Like, damn right, bro. Like, when Dak Prescott throws a pick, I'm pissed. Yeah. And I'm like, damn it, Dak, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And then I got to take a second and breathe and go, like, oh, so you're perfect, right? Like, damn right he makes a lot of money. And damn right the elite are the elites. But all you people that are on Twitter all have jobs. And I guarantee you, it doesn't matter how much money you make because you're in a whole different industry. Mm-hmm. You make a shit ton of mistakes too. So take it easy.
Flip the roles and imagine every time you make a mistake, these football players are sitting there booing you. Could they handle it? I mean, that's something that sticks out to me a lot is, yes, have your opinion. But to go and tag a football player or go into the football player's DMs or a baseball player or a hockey player, soccer player, and go tweet and talk about the families and talk about go kill yourself. Man, this is a real problem in today's world. It's mental health. And we have people out there that are pushing people to the limits. So, I mean, you see football players, I mean, things go bad after their career or during their career. You see that they go through a lot. You see the best guys in the world going through mental health stuff. And it's all because we have people that don't see these players as people. We see them as kind of objects. And I mean, yes, we are for entertainment, but I can guarantee you we would be playing the same sport if we were not on TV. So give these guys a break, man. I mean, it's sad to see, and I see it in my DMs all the time. I'm at a point now, I'm numb. So it's like, shoot it at me. Whatever you have to say about Tommy Castellanos, shoot it at me. Whatever you got to say to him, just take it. I'll take it. So give these guys a break, bro. I texted Tommy this week, and I said, bro, just let you know, like, I'm supporting you this year. Don't worry about anything. I got your back. I'm not playing football no more, so I can speak my mind, and I've always wanted to speak my mind. I've always wanted to.
You couldn't wait.
I used to type stuff back, and I'm like, you know what? Let me
send me a screenshot. Like, should I send it?
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Exactly.
don't do that right now.
Exactly.
No. I was looking through Instagram this week, and like I was seeing like all these like Tommy Castellanos and Jordan Travis comparisons and this, that, and the other. Like, give it a break, bro. Like let that man go play number one, and This is a whole nother year and whole new team. Like, how about just support, right? Like, everything in today's world has to be a comparison. Like, no, sometimes good enough is just good enough. How about you sit back and enjoy?
Amen.
As you can tell, the passion's real. I mean, bro, you wouldn't believe, like, and this is a real thing. Calling games, right? Like calling college baseball games is my job now, right? And I cover the ACC. There is not in the world someone who loves FSU more than me. There's just not. However, I work for ESPN, and my job is to be unbiased in how I speak about college baseball. Like, these are kids, and they all deserve equal opportunity. Like, favoritism on TV, in my opinion, doesn't go. Right is right and wrong's wrong. 100%. Like, no one loves the Noles more than me. Nobody. Yeah. And some of the messages, bro, and I sent you some of them that people sent me after I covered that Florida State regional and super regional. I mean, I was like, you know what? Like I'm good with TV. Like, I don't even want any part. And there were people saying stuff about me like that were former players that played at Florida State. And it's like, where are we getting twisted up here, bro? Like, these are all kids that are all fighting for the same thing. Everybody's got family watching, and you want me to sit up in that booth and be biased? Like, no. The truth is, like, I probably have to swing more toward the other team's side when I speak because of how much I love the Seminoles. Mm-hmm. But right is right, wrong is wrong, and my job is to objectively call the baseball game how I see it. And TV is damn hard, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, I thought when I got on TV, I'm like, oh, this shit's easy, bro. I know everything about baseball. Like, this ain't nothing shit. Yeah. I mean, my heartbeat before a baseball game when I got to call it, bro, is if you checked it, you'd think I was having a heart attack. But anyway, just back to your point, bro, of like I can't believe at 34 years old and calling a game this year. Like, I literally got to the point where it's like, I don't even want to call this anymore. Like, I'm good with this job, bro. Like, I'm good. I got another job. I'm good with the TV stuff. Like, I'm sick of hearing nasty stuff from people. God dang, man, I hope this world gets better. Sit back and enjoy. Like, football, sports, they bring us so much joy. But I mean, let's just remember that we're freaking people.
Human.
All right, on to
You're
the next
human being.
thing.
We are human.
I just want to ask you really quick. Any game balls from this week for the Florida State Seminoles? 77-3. You mentioned it. You beat opponents that are inferior, and we handled business like we were supposed to. Any game balls that stick out to you?
Coach Norvell giving that game ball to Ethan Pritchard's dad is like special. You know, like it just speaks volumes to the man that Coach Norvell is. Most coaches don't think about the family or the kid during times like this. It's all about themselves. Coach Norvell had that man's Ethan Pritchard. I mean, we're praying for you, bro. We were praying for you big, but Amen. He had his dad on the field with the team, like while the game's going on. Like, he is standing on the bench while the game's going on. Like, that just speaks so much to who Coach Norvell is. And imagine that kid's fighting for his life right now. And I think we kind of lose perspective of life because life can be gone like that.
Bam.
And it's like this kid was just dropping his family member off, and his life changed that fast. And I've heard nothing but great things about this kid. He's been committed to Florida State for a while. Coach Norvell's been recruiting him for a while, and I saw Coach Norvell talking about him in one of his interviews and like how special this kid is. And like that fast, like your life changes. He went from winning a game against Alabama, a dream come true for him, to fighting for his life on a Sunday night. I mean, it hits me hard because it's like that's a brother, you know, like it's like Florida State football. We are such a brotherhood, and I couldn't imagine me going through it and playing in a season where one of my teammates are fighting for their lives as I'm out there just fighting for a game and feeling sorry for myself because of what someone has to say about me or playing bad in a game. Shoot, this kid is fighting for his life, 18 or 19 years old, fighting for his life, bro. And I check with Christian White every single day just to see how this kid's doing, because you don't really realize, bro, and like I could speak about this forever, is like this is life, bro. Like our life, we think it's so big as football or baseball is our life. Like it's like
it ain't nothing.
This is like a good reality check, and it's like, man, enjoy what you have. Win, you lose. Yes, we hate losing. We do hate losing, but dang, man, if you have a chance to wake up and breathe, take advantage of every second you have.
Well said, bro. Well said. Well said. I mean, I can't even touch that. I can tell you what, though, our guest today, I think, is going to be able to speak.
Heck yeah.
Pretty damn good about what life's like after sports. I mean, I think you said it perfect. We're praying for Ethan Pritchard and his family, man. I know that everything's going to work out okay.
Yeah,
I do. He'll be back out there. Can't wait. Moving forward, though, bye week, right? What is a bye week like? Like, we're rolling. We just beat Bama. We won 77-3. We scored 100, and I believe it's 108 points. We only scored like 175 points all of last year. Bananas.
Yeah.
Like bananas. You don't want to like stop playing right now, right? Like, don't you want to keep going?
There's two sides of it. I mean, this early on, week 3 of bye weeks, I mean, it sucks. Unless you have 2. I'm not sure if they have 2 this year, but having a bye week this early in the season, I mean, because then you got what? How many ever games? 10 games straight.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. But I mean, I know we have a few injuries. We want these guys to heal up and get healthy, you know. So like on that part of it, it's awesome. But I mean, at the end of the day, like this was the plan. We got it week 3. Take advantage of this week. I know those guys practice hard, but I know those guys want to keep playing football. We're rolling right now. Got some confidence, and then obviously next week you got to knock the rust off because going a whole week of not playing in a game, like you're going from game to no game to game, there's a lot of rust that you have to knock back off. So it's like that part sucks. But I mean, those guys get to go home and see their families probably for 2 days, 3 days, and kind of take a breath because camp is a struggle. I mean, I don't know if there's camp in baseball, but camp in football.
Yeah, we got camp.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it sucks because I thought it sucked in the moment. But looking back on it now, I'm like, damn, I miss sitting up in Jacksonville in that damn dorm room where the bed is hard as a rock. I'm like, I just miss that. That's where you grow close to your teammates. You know, like it's like we're all going through this together. And I remember Jermaine Johnson, whatever year it was, that he was there. We had a whole little thing in Jacksonville, and it brought our team closer together. We thought it was going to separate us. It brought us closer together where you're going at it, the offense is going at the defense. I remember Jermaine hit me, and Trey Ward, that's my freaking guy. He, not my guy because of this, but he came out of nowhere and smacked Jermaine. It was kind of a cheap shot, but it let me know that these guys got my back. And yeah, Jermaine saw that the offense had my back. And I know Jermaine, we always talk about it. He wishes the defense had his back a little bit more, but it brought us closer. After that, like, I'm not worried about any myself. I was worried about how Jermaine felt right away. And that's what brought our team closer together because we had a lot of guys. I mean, that was a rough year, but we had guys that cared about each other, bro. So speaking about that, like you said, you guys had a baseball camp. I did not know that. I don't really know. You guys don't condition much or do whatever, but how was your camp in baseball?
Easy. We play 162.
I know.
You guys
I can imagine that.
You know, whatever, 17, 18, 12 in college. I mean, yeah, dude, look, like football players in the sense of like athleticism and training and the intensity behind it, we're not even on the same playing field when it comes to it, right? Like our training is completely different. You guys are heavyweight, bulk up, got to get big, strong, make sure that you're powerful in every single move that you have. We're a little bit different. It's a lot of longevity, a lot of mobility, making sure you have a ton of hip movement. You got to be able to make 162 games, something that I know I was never able to do. You spoke on loving, to me it sounded like loving and like missing the times that like you thought sucked in the current moment, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's like so powerful, bro, because, you know, obviously your career now being done, you probably had a little bit of time to like sit back and reflect on what was. And, you know, Jordan, like when people ask me, like, what do you miss about playing baseball? 27 years old, got off to a pretty damn good start. Like I was on my way to something what I think was pretty damn cool, and bam, my career ends. And looking back at it, like I don't miss any of the success. I don't. Like, would I like to hit another home run again in Yankee Stadium? Sure. Like whatever. Like it would be pretty cool. I'd enjoy the moment for like that long, right? Mm-hmm. But I look back and it's like the minor league bus rides, the shitty hotels, the fact that we were making no money and looking around the locker room and we're all we have. We used to eat cold cuts back in the minor leagues. It's not like it was today. I made $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month. You get to AA, I made, I think, I don't know, $2,100, $2,200 a month. Like, I miss that. I miss being 0 for 10. Like, I miss staying at the locker room late. Everyone goes home. I bring a couple beers to the batting cage. I put on my music. I film myself. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I can get out of this slump. That's what I miss. Like, I miss the parts that sucked the most. And I think that's, you know, for me, like, why I enjoy coaching so much and talking about the game, especially the mental side of things is, you know, there's so much failure that goes on in what we do. But if you can actually truly get these athletes to know that, like, the moments in which you suck and you feel like quitting and you're super pissed off are the moments that you're going to miss the most. Like, believe me when I tell you it's true, because you just said the same thing as me, 2 different sports. Think about if you can get like a young athlete to like truly know that, like, that crappy stuff you're going through right now, like, you're going to look back one day and it's going to be like, man, that was the reason I became who I am. So I think that was super, super powerful what you said, bro. 2 weeks from now, though, we got Miami, obviously Virginia next week. What's it like leading up to that Virginia game, knowing that you got a big rival on deck?
We're not worried about the rival. You know my answer always, and you always get tired
You're boring,
of it.
bro.
Yeah, but that's like the realest thing. And when you believe it, like, it makes you better team, better player. You focus on yourself, bro. Screw who you guys are playing. Worry about yourself, and you're your biggest competition, the individual itself and the team. I was thinking about it today. I'm like, I always like create little questions in my mind for myself. And it's like, who is one of the best competition that I ever faced? And it's my mind, bro. I sucked early on in my career, and it was not because of anything anyone else did. Maybe Kyle Hamilton a few times, but it was never anything that anyone else did, bro. Even towards the end of my career, it was my mind, bro. And I used to tell myself I couldn't do stuff. Like 2023, I still have my doubts. Like, am I really that good? Am I supposed to be here? And I missed a lot of throws that I could have hit, but it was all in my mind. It wasn't what anyone else did. Like, I remember Clemson game where I missed a few throws, and I always wanted to be perfect. And I know no one's perfect, but I wanted to be as close to perfect as I can with every single throw. If I had a slant route and I didn't put it on his chest, or I had it lower, I had it high, I'm so pissed off at myself, even on completions. I remember Syracuse game when Keon made the sick catch. I mean, yes, that was a sick catch. Well, he didn't have to make a sick catch. He could have caught the ball and broke a tackle and scored. That's on me. So, like, that's how I am. So my mind, bro, is so – it's your biggest competition. It really is in every single sport, especially playing quarterback. I mean, you got to have the ball in your hands 24/7. You got to have that mindset that you are the best on the field. And there's a lot of times where I doubted am I the best on the field? Like, there's been a few times I like to say, like, oh, yeah, like every time I got on the field, like I was the best. Like, yeah, if I'm after a big play, I felt like I was the best. But did I feel like that after I threw a pick? Not every single time. But yeah, I mean, you got to have that. The opponent is faceless. I know Coach Norvell always said that. So yeah, bro, we're not really worried about Miami. We're not really worried. Is Virginia next week?
We got Virginia next week.
After the bye week.
And they played really damn well against NC State. Up 14, I think, at half. And they came storming back to get them. Yeah. I like that quarterback a lot from Virginia. It's going to be a good game. Heck yeah. It's going to be a really good game. Important, though. Can't look ahead to that next week. Got to focus on your opponent, that boring Jordan mindset. Boring. We are all we need. We're all we got. We all we need. We're going to focus on ourselves. I got to ask you really quick, though, Aaron Rodgers. He made a comment, I believe, in his post-game presser, and it was something along the lines of, I am very happy that I got to beat every single person that is involved with the Jets organization. How cool for you, someone that you were able to form a little relationship with, and a guy that maybe never was going to play football again. Jets probably counted him out a bit. They thought his career was over. Pretty damn refreshing for a guy like that to sign with Pittsburgh and take off in game one and beat him.
I'm happy for Aaron. So happy for Aaron. I mean, I'm telling you, he's the best. I texted him after that game, and I'm like, just happy for him, bro, because I know how much it means to him and how much of a competitor he is. I mean, he wants to beat you. When we played Jeopardy I think it was Jeopardy, with our plays up on the board, he wanted to beat us. He wanted to click the button before us every Friday or whatever, Friday or Saturday we played the game. he wanted to beat us every single time, and we had no chance. The score is 20,000. He has 20,000 points, and here me and Adrian are on the same team, passing the thing back and forth to see if we could beat him. We got Tyrod maybe with 2,000, 3,000, but he wants to beat you every single time. And I know obviously he had a little rough ending with the Jets. There was a lot going on with Aaron and whatever went on there. But Aaron wanted to be a part of just a winning culture. That's all he cared about. And I don't think he cared much about himself. I mean, yeah, he does his little weird things that at least everyone thinks is weird during his off season.
Tell you
exactly.
That.
But he cares about winning so much, and watching him every single day and how he worked and how he treated his teammates. I know those guys can speak so much to who he is. Tyrod could speak so much to who he is because seeing the relationship that they had, he would tell you how he feels about you. And that's the coolest thing. A lot of men in this world are scared to tell people how they feel about him. Even if you get a little bit of emotional and show a sensitive side, he would tell Tyrod that we went around the room one time just speaking about whatever, how we feel and whatever. And he went around and spoke about everyone in the room, bro. And sitting there and like hearing him say like Tyrod was the best backup that he's ever had was like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, dang, this is like cool. Like Aaron Rodgers is sitting here speaking his heart to each and every one of us. And he's like, JT, like you came in, like you've been humble, like and quiet and you listen. And he goes, but you guys are such good people. And like just hearing him go around the room and talk about everybody, bro, like that man is special. And just watch him go out there and compete. I know he loves those players on the Jets still. But that was at the head coach, Aaron Glenn, which I think he's a great coach. I know he said something to Aaron on the way out that if he didn't do something that he had to go, and Aaron went and handled it freaking first game, which is pretty dang sick.
Might have been a little bit of a reason why he signed with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. I can see Aaron doing that.
Might have been a reason. Might have been a reason. Yeah, it's so damn cool, man. I mean, one of the greatest ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
Beat him up in game 1.
Sick.
4 Teddies.
Oh, man, doing it. Doing it.
Today's guest is, I think, the best guest that we could get. I know he was the top guest on my list. I know it's football season, but it's always baseball season for me. This guy, 15 years in the big leagues, 300 plus home runs, about 1,000 RBIs. But most importantly for me, he is one of the greatest humans that I know that I've ever met. One of my good friends, Jose Bautista, baby.
Heck yeah. Thank
you for joining, bro.
Sick, bro. Thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
Heck yeah.
Thank you both for having me. When I learned about your project, I couldn't wait. I'm glad to be here, and I hope we have a great conversation. And I, of course, got to start by complimenting that kick-ass hoodie you got on right now.
Joey flipping bats, baby.
Heck yeah.
I mean, bro, when we were like making our list, and it's like, who do you want to have on? And I know for me and you, it was like impact. Like, who has made an impact on our lives? And, you know, I know for me, Bats, not to flatter you anymore, but I grew up watching you play, right? And I was able to see a little bit of the transition of your career, and then obviously getting into the locker room with you in 2015 and being scared to death, and I think I probably was afraid to even look at you. But from day one, you set the standard for me on how it's supposed to be done in this game. So I love you, man. I'm so happy that you joined us, and I'm excited for today.
Like, yeah,
we got to start though, right? Like over the weekend, and I know you really don't want to talk about this, but Morgan Wallen, you're at the concert. It's the Legend of Canada. You gotta walk out with Morgan Wallen. It's his new thing. And underneath the tunnel of the stadium, you're walking out. Morgan's got the bat. He tries to do the Joey bat flip, and the bat ended up hitting your beautiful and wonderful wife, Nisha.
Yeah, it barely hit her, so I want to make that clear. I know that the internet has kind of taken that and ran with it in a few different directions, but one complete accident. He's a class act. I enjoy sharing some time behind in their green room or their prep room, however you want to call it. A few minutes before the concert, they're a tight-knit group. You can tell they're a family and they love each other and take care of each other. They do a little huddle up. They do a little prayer. They care about their product and how they perform. It's amazing to see how close those guys are. A lot of similarities to how we behave as a team when we're playing for a long season, right? For them, for us, we go out and play a baseball game. For them, is their concerts and their travels. So that was kind of dope. And just seeing how much he cares was amazing. And then he wanted to get the crowd hyped up. We were kind of sharing ideas. I said, how about we do a bat flip? And of course he loved it. And total accident. The bat was kind of spinning. It hit Nisha. The knob kind of clipped her in the chest. So she avoided major impact. So that was good. And immediately I looked over. She gave me the thumbs up. So I kind of started laughing about it. It was a crazy moment, but yeah, he's a great dude, and I enjoy meeting him.
Heck yeah,
that's awesome, right? Like they huddle, like without. I would imagine that probably like is the part that stood out for you most, right? Like we think about, they say like athletes want to be rappers and singers and rappers want to be athletes, and yet the pregame and how they prepare, and you mentioned family and tight knit and the huddle and the prayer, that had to be. Pretty astounding for you to see that's actually what they do, a lot like us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was, and I've been in some of those rooms with other artists. I've never seen it like that, right? So it was different, but I enjoyed it. And I like what they got going on, which makes me curious, especially with Travis, like how do they go for football? Because I know in baseball we didn't pray every day because too many games and I guess too many mixes of religions and cultures and languages. But we definitely kind of had that, let's go to battle together moment right before we went out on the field in the dugout, right?
Yeah.
But how do you go in football? And you were the leader of that group,
sure.
Right?
Yeah. I would say, it's all the same. Prayer was one of the biggest things for us in football, and I feel like a lot of guys, obviously there is different cultures and different beliefs. So if you don't believe in God and you don't want to be included in the prayer, there's no pressure. So those guys stand outside the circle, and the guys that do, we sit there and do a prayer at the end of practice. And before games, it's one of the coolest things is we go through the whole Our Father prayer, and it's so special. It's one of the coolest things is we all say it together, and it's the last thing we do before we go out. It's such a cool feeling. And obviously running out on the field with all those guys is pretty darn cool too. Sick, bro.
So like Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Let me sneak one more in because I'm curious, and I don't have a chance to be in the same podcast with you guys all the time. But were you a funny guy like Jameis Winston, or were you the serious guy, or were you like a pump up guy?
My teammates would probably say, I was very different. When I'm out on the field, I don't want attention. I do not want attention ever. I'm always trying to hide. When I go up to Tallahassee, I always sit in my hotel room and I don't want to go outside at all. But I was one of those guys that I'm so close. I got so close with all my teammates. I joke a lot outside of the cameras and all that stuff. Like when we're in the locker room, the cameras are not around because nowadays you can't do anything without the cameras. But yeah, a lot of guys would say I'm a funny guy, and I just care a lot. I feel like very, very different from Devon. Devon's kind of the loud, outspoken guy, the funny guy.
Social butterfly, man. He's a social butterfly.
Exactly. Yeah, bro.
I'm quiet, bro.
Yeah.
I'm quiet.
Well, we're talking about that. That's perfect. How was it? I always see it on TV, like Devon's teammates love him. At least it looks like he has handshakes with everybody. How did it feel in 2015 getting Devon on the team? How was he as a teammate?
It was awesome. He was a young guy that was super eager, ready to go. He made contact. He hit 300 everywhere he went. We needed that mix in our team, right? Because we took a lot of walks. We hit a lot of homers, but we didn't really have many guys that were like 300 hitters that would only strike out like, less than 10% of the time. So, when we had him, let's say hit him behind us, and sometimes they thought he was a rookie. Oh, I'd rather face him and walk the other guys. He would cash in because he would be hitting doubles left and right, and we'd be scoring. So it worked out because, and then he was on base for the guys behind him. So great mix. And right when he walked in the clubhouse, you could tell he's a high quality person that had come from a great family, great environment, super polite. Just eager to learn. He was a sponge, especially the first season. And we kind of try to embrace him, just like we did with everybody, right? Just make him feel a part of the family. But you could tell at first there was a little bit of, what can I do? What should I do? What am I allowed to do? And we were like, no, man, you're one of the boys. Let's go. And he embraced it pretty quickly. He was having fun with us within no time.
Thank you, Bats. And you know, I think back to 15, and you know, I when I got traded from Detroit, I just finished my AA season, and I actually was in the process of being moved to center field, and I get traded over to Toronto. I didn't even have a damn passport. Alex Anthopoulos is like, "Hey, Dev, you got a passport, right?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I've never been out of the country." But I was so damn nervous walking into that clubhouse. I mean, you walk into a clubhouse at 23 years old. It's a brand new environment, and I walk in, and you as soon as you walk in, there's Jose Bautista, and next to him is Edwin Encarnacion, and then there's Jose Reyes, and we just traded for Russell Martin. And, oh, yeah, we got Josh Donaldson, and you got Superman out in center field who's still in the process of making a name for himself, right, and Kevin Pillar. And I didn't know what the hell to do, you know, and I think Bautista said sponge. I was always told that you're given two eyes and one mouth, and you watch and listen a hell of a lot more than you talk. Mm-hmm. And I know that's what I tried to do, and this may sound weird as hell, but I could probably tell you Jose Bautista's entire routine because I wanted to watch and learn of what it's like to be successful at that level. You know, Bats, and you could speak on this because you lived it, but I tell so many people, right? Like, baseball is the hardest game in the world without question. And as you get higher, it just gets harder. But when you get to the big leagues, the ones that are like you, right? Like the 1%ers inside of the 1%, like the greats, that everything that you guys do serves a purpose to prepare for that day. Where'd you where'd you learn? Like, do you just like come into like I know that your career and the trajectory in which you traveled to become Joey Bats from Jose Bautista was long and a crazy ride. But what do you feel like was the most important thing that took you to the level that you ended up becoming?
Yeah, I think everybody's journey is different, right? And I think you learn bits and pieces of your own routine, other guys' routine, things that you see that work, and you try them and they work for me too. And then you pile them on, right? And then over time, you kind of come up with your own thing. The biggest thing for me was consistency. Like, I knew I was freaking good since I was little, and I didn't care who was on the other side, right? But I'd feel like that all the time, but I'd have those kind of results in periods, and then I would dip down, and then I would lose it, and then I would get it back, and then I would lose it again, where I just lost my consistency. And that's what I think helped me become the person or the player that everybody remembers, right? Is finding that consistency. Because trust me, I wasn't like a Vladdy Guerrero or a Miguel Cabrera or a Manny Ramirez, you know, where I come up in the big leagues and from day one, I'm a superstar. As you know, I was in Pittsburgh for 4 years, my first year in Toronto, so I struggled quite a bit. Not that I struggled necessarily, it's just I was inconsistent. So my role was like that utility guy, backup guy, because, you know, when you're not putting up those numbers and you're playing right field and third base, you're going to be a utility guy because those guys need to show up every day and start thumping. So just getting to Toronto and finding a new team that with great, fresh ideas that got me out of the whole like mindset and thought process and development, how the Pirates were handling me, my whole minor league career in the first 4 years in the big leagues, where they always gave me one set of instruction: go the other way, take a lot of pitches, don't get out in an at bat by seeing one or two or three pitches, because the other guys, you need to let them see more pitches, move runners over, every time have purposeful outs. Don't ever go up there try to swing for the fences. Like, that was ingrained in me. And then I got to Toronto, and it was the AL East, and everybody's a big bopper, and they're like, yeah, it's not that you don't want to walk, but when you take a hack, we're going for the upper deck here. And I was like, wait, what? Like, are you serious? You know how fun that was for me? Like, it's like somebody took all the weight off of my shoulders. And then from there, just working, right? Like, because you tweak a few things, you're your timing, your feeling, your rhythm, your routine, and then you get that confidence and people believe in you and they tell you every day, it's like, hey, you got this. Come on, let's go. And we're going to work and you're going to prepare and then you're going to trust in that for when the game starts, it's going to take over. Just go out there and compete and be a dog. And that's what happened. And then that's when my results changed, became more consistent. And it was a great ride. It was the best 10 years of my career obviously happened in Toronto, and we had a blast doing it.
You're like folklore in Toronto, right? Like, and I definitely want to hit on a couple of your comments, but I got to get this across so everybody knows, right? Like the one teammate, and you included, that like everyone always wants to know about, like, what was it like playing with Joey Bats? And I'm like, oh, you mean like Jose, like Bautista? Like, you are seen as like this villain, like you're this mean guy and you got this like big tough face and this big ass leg kick, and yeah, I'm trying to go Jimmy on you every time. And I guess like it's my favorite thing to answer to people is you're like the nicest superstar in that I've ever like come across in my life. Like, you're a damn superstar, bro. Like Jose Bautista, like, we may not see a run like that in Toronto, like, forever. And at the end of the day, like, he's just a normal damn human with a beautiful family and 4 great girls and a wonderful wife. And he's a guy that I think, Bats, and I want you to speak on this, because I kind of like struggled and like I wanted to be tough and play mean and like learn how to like turn it on a little bit, right? Like, I kind of was kind of caught in the twilight zone at times, like, oh my God, this is fucking big leagues. This is crazy. You had this like innate ability to, like, when we were on the bus headed to the stadium, we were like fun, like, yo, Bats, what up, bro? How's last night? And then we get off that damn bus and like we're walking to the locker room. And the second we walk in that locker room, it's like, boom, like, done. Like, for those next 5 hours, 6 hours, however early we get to the stadium, you're like fucking like locked in, bro. Like, everything you did served a damn purpose. How the hell did you find that? Like, what do you like do? Is it the ups and downs and all like the failure that you end up finding out, like, this is what it takes to be the best?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that, but I can tell you from a competitor standpoint, there's different ways to compete, right? You can be that jovial, happy guy. You can be, the guy that's just, I don't know, a student of the game. You can be the guy that's serious. I was like, you're not going to beat me. Like, that's where I went. When I'm playing a sport, I'm like, I'm just not going to let you beat me. Because why? Why am I going to let you beat me, kind of thing? And maybe it's part of my upbringing, right? Maybe my little league coaches and like they instilled that in me. Like, we're just not going to, like, you can compete against anybody. Don't let anybody beat you, just cuss. Like, try your best, see what happens. So I wasn't afraid of anybody. So that's where I went to. And I just knew that I had to get in that mode. As soon as, like you said, when I got off that bus, and I was slowly cranking it up leading up to game time. So, in the cage, it was one type of focus, and then batting practice a little more. And then you kind of peel it back a little bit when you're back in the locker room, getting something to eat, going to the hot tub, getting that stretch, going to the trainer's room for a little bit to get tuned up. And then 30 minutes when you go out and stretch, it's like,
heads up.
It's like that boxer that's just getting hyped in the tunnel, walking up, It's I just went to that spot, and over time, it's just normal for me, right? And then you're ultra focused for those 3 hours of the game, and after the game, you kind of like take a deep breath and you let it all go. But I definitely had that other level that I went to whenever I was getting ready for a game.
Or when someone threw a ball at your head and you went deep like every at bat. How the hell you even saw where Darren O'Day threw the baseball from is beyond me. Oh, for my lifetime against that guy, and Bats would go up like, oh, baby, leave him in the game. I'm on deck like 2 outs, like, holy crap, please get out in front of me. I don't want any part of this shit.
But isn't that weird and crazy how we all have our guys that we struggle against and the guys that we excel in? There were some guys, like you said, I was licking my chops. Every time I saw them warming up in the bullpen or I knew they were pitching as a starter that day, I was like, I couldn't wait. Like Andy Pettit, for whatever reason, I couldn't wait till he was under my own. But guys like Cece and Ubaldo, I couldn't sniff. And O'Day was one of those other guys. I'm sure you got your own
CC,
guys.
bro. You know I couldn't hit CC.
Well, I'm not talking specifically, but you know who you hit and who you didn't, right?
Yeah. Oh, bro. Saying CC Sabathia, that gives me anxiety, bro. Hey, crazy story, Bats. In 2000 and what? There was a year where CC's contract was up, and we played in New York at like the end of the season. It might have been like 17, I think, maybe. Anyways, he was running in the outfield, and like I'd never said a word to him, and I'm like, oh my god, like I got to go tell him this. So he's running, and we're just headed out for BP, and I like run to center field, and I'm like, hey CC, like you know I grew up watching you play. Like it was, you know, so fun facing you. Like you were the one guy that like I literally couldn't, damn it, see where he, like when he would throw the ball, bro. Like I don't know if I was like the perfect shortness, but when his glove would go out and he would like go to let it go, I literally, Bats, I couldn't see it till the ball like was in the strike zone. I swung on a 3-2 cutter that hit me in my back knee for strike 3. But I told him that, and I admitted like full defeat, like I had no chance to ever hit you, and he signed a 1-year deal back in New York, the next deal, and I'm like, oh shit.
Probably because you told him that. He's like, I'm gonna get easy outs with Devon.
I got a free 12 outs a year against this guy.
Yeah, but talk about intimidating, right? Like not only the aura of the Yankees, but as a person, he's a big dude and he's like that intense competitor. Yeah, he wasn't the most comfortable at bat, that's for sure.
And you faced him when he threw like 98.
I faced him early, yeah. When he was with Milwaukee, with Cleveland. You know, it was different later with the Yankees, but it wasn't easier because then he went to the hitch, right? Like he always had a little hitch. It was nasty when he was pumping 96. He didn't have the control. He didn't have all the off speed. Like he basically threw 2 to 3 pitches and mostly 2. But then he went to like 5 pitches with the Yankees with a bigger pause, and he would just throw me off. I couldn't touch him.
Yeah, he was freaking gross. That's your Dominican roots. And I never have had the opportunity to ask you these questions, but the Dominican is like slowly taking over the big leagues. Like, and when I say slowly, I mean pretty damn quick. What was your upbringing like in playing baseball in the Dominican? What is it that you learned? And in your opinion, like why are Dominicans, I mean, it's just the flat out truth. Like why are Dominicans so much damn better than Americans when they get here and in the big leagues?
Well, I don't know if we're better, right? Like I think per capita, obviously we have a higher rate of success, but that comes with this price too, right? Like, you know, I compare it to Canadians and hockey. Another thing would be, you know, with, you know, African Americans in the South, especially with football or basketball, like just higher rate, right? It's seen as like the way out. It's seen like an opportunity. It's our national sport. So like when you're born or when you turn 1, like your first present's always a glove and a ball. Like it's your family's pride to talk smack when you are a good baseball player in the Dominican, right? It's played on the streets, it's played in the schools, it's played in the clubs and the little league teams, and it's just everywhere. Where there's an open space, you'll see people playing baseball. So it's just part of our culture at this point. And then you have 30 teams with academies down there that get fed. So you see a pathway. So you're always like, you know, at least there's a little bit of hope. If I focus on this and I work hard, I'm going to do all these things. I can get signed. I can go to one of these academies, and then I can play in the minors, and then hopefully get to the big leagues. So it's a clear picture. You get the full view on it, and it's just ultra competitive, man. Like to the tune of, you know, when you're typically between 10 and 14, we still play like in softball fields, maybe 10 to 13. So they're a little bigger than the little league fields, but not quite as big as a normal baseball field. And a lot of those softball fields in the Dominican Republic are on street corners where there's a bodega or a colmado, which is like a bodega for you guys, right? And they play music, and we play on Friday nights or Saturday mornings. And, you know, people are hanging out, having fun, playing dominoes, having a few drinks. And we used to get that spillover to our stands. And people would be going rowdy and crazy and even betting sometimes. And you'd be like a little superstar at 10, 12 years old. At least that's how I grew up playing baseball. So, like, you know, you'd have that atmosphere. And when people say, oh, talking about pressure, I'm like, I'm 10, 11 years old competing, and this is going on with music blasting and all kinds of craziness. Like, we just grew up playing like that. So I think that that allows us also to raise our game to a different level. And it's just ultra competitive down there, and you work, right? So, and what I said earlier, that it comes with the prices, fortunately for me, I came from a middle-class family, right, that I could afford to stay in school, and my parents preached education and did all that, but a lot of kids drop out of school. So this is where the negative happens, to focus 100% on baseball. And sometimes they take like a once-a-week kind of school program on Saturdays, but sometimes they just drop it completely in second, third, fourth grade. So there are some good things, but sometimes it comes with a price. Hopefully, between all the parties involved in the future, they keep working on a way that allows the kids to fully play into a baseball system that allows them to chase their dreams for professionalism, but also keeps them in school. So we'll see what happens in the future.
So damn cool. Mm-hmm. Like what stuck out to me, Bats, that you said initially was like the why, like why players in the Dominican, in those countries, Venezuela, their why behind why they play this game to me like stands out. Like it's like, I either make it out of this country and I get to the big leagues where I have a chance to take care of my family's family. I have a chance to call my mother and tell her she can stop working. That to me seems like such a big separator, right? Where like here in America, it's like, we got school, right? Like if all else fails, like I'll get my degree. Like I can go get a job. Where for those guys down there, it's like I either make it or I'm stuck down here. And yeah, that's such a great point, Bats, of like just that initial focus on like, what the hell is my reason even for doing this? Like us is like, I want to make money. I want to buy nice cars. I want a house. I want to show off on Instagram to all the girls, right? Like, this is what I got. And for them, they're like, shit. Like, I got a family to feed, bro. Like every single damn at bat that they have, it's like life or death for those damn guys. And watching Bautista hit, as you can see, like I gave some damn at bats away, but every time he stepped in the box, he was like, oh shit, bro. Like you got 600 and something at bats a year. You could do this all year. And damn sure he did it. God damn, you did it, bro. I don't know how the hell you did it, but you did it. I want to speak on, Bats, that you mentioned pressure, right? Like I think back to the beginning of your career, right? The ups and downs, and there's not a ton there wasn't a ton of pressure on you, right? Like you probably were like kind of just fit somewhere into the lineup, and you said your role was just to put the ball in play, hit the ball the other way, kind of that old school approach. And then you evolve into Joey Bats, right? And I remember a vivid conversation, bro. I don't know if you remember this, but we were both hitting like 140 into early May. And you had like just got out on a pitch that was like this far off the plate. And goddamn, you were right every time. You always complain. But when he said it was a ball, it was a ball. Like it just missed. And he freaking throws the mouse down. And I'm sitting there hitting 140 next to him. And I said to Bats, I'm like, hey, bro, like, come on, man. Like you're Joey Bats. Like I'm in my second or third year. Like I got no money. Like how the hell are you acting like this, bro? Like in my mind, I'm like, you're already rich. And something that like stood out to me like in that moment was I think, and I'm gonna let you speak on it, but I think as you make more money and you become more established and all the eyes are on you, that like the game actually gets like harder. Is that true?
In some ways, if you take on those expectations and that responsibility of those salaries and those numbers, yeah. And especially when you struggle, it can wear on you a little bit, and you get the media coverage and it's every day, and they're not going to talk to the guy that's the 12th man on the team or the backup catcher. They're going to put that microphone in your face after the game. Like, hey, you're the 3-hole or the cleanup hitter and you're making $18 million. What's up with that 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts today, right? Like, and rightfully so. But for me, and the reason why I was like that ultra fierce competitor is like, it didn't matter if I was making minimum or 50 million. I still want to win. I still want to compete. I still want to go out there and prove what I can do. And it was about that battle every single day. I was really good at kind of forgetting about the big picture on a day-to-day basis. Like I could go 3 for 4 today, and tomorrow if I'm 0 for 2 with 2 freaking rollovers to third base and, we have a soft lefty on the mound, I'm not going to be happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just how I'm wired. So it's the lack of complacency and the showing up every day and keeping myself on my toes and pushing myself and that self-drive. Now, was I a little bit over-emotional and a little bit too intense at times? Then did it work against me from time to time? 100%. I see it now more than when I was playing. But I knew that if I didn't have that attitude, that's the only way I knew how to compete. If I would have changed my approach, I would have felt like somebody else, right? Like, and I feel like that would have made me feel lost when I went up to the plate.
No, it's so good. It's so good. I'm telling you, bro, like the greats, dude, like you can't explain it, right? Like, and it's those like many little moments and how they think and how they're wired. Like, there's no blueprint to this shit, bro. Like I was pretty damn good and I was a good hitter, but in looking around the room, I knew there were levels. There are levels to getting to the big leagues, and it's hard as hell to get to the big leagues. To stay in the big leagues is a shit ton harder, and then to become a 1%er like Jose Bautista was, it's something pretty damn crazy. I know that I take a lot of pride in having this friendship with him. I mean, I think I'm 10 years younger than him. Sorry, Bats, not to age you at all, but I know that I'm super grateful for our friendship, bro. I mean, I brag about knowing you, and I don't really give a damn what people say. You know, I'm grateful for my friendships, and I'm grateful that I ever got to spend a moment with you on the baseball field, bro. You're one of the best. I don't want to keep you forever, but I got to get to this moment. So I was always broken, and I actually had surgery like a week prior to the moment. And I know that you had to answer this a million times, but this is my chance to talk about it because I never got to talk about it with you. I was on my damn couch in a brace, and I had the remote in my hand. I was probably on a little bit of medicine because the pain was brutal after surgery. And the whole damn inning, Elvis Andrus, 3 errors. Feels like it's Toronto's year. You got Sam Dyson on the mound, having an incredible year. I don't know what kind of success you had against them. And, of course, none other than Jose Bautista in the biggest moment in the damn game delivers what is one of the biggest moments in Canadian Toronto history, outside of, obviously, the big Joe Carter home run. Can you just walk me through that moment? Like, what the hell was that moment like?
It was insane. And the whole series was nuts, right? Because we started at home and we felt pretty good, right? We had that stretch after we got a few guys at the deadline and we were on fire. We crushed the second half of the season. And then we get into the playoffs in the first series where it's a best of 5 and we go down 0-2 at home. We're like, oh crap, we got to go to Texas. And for us to have a chance, we got to win 3 in a row. Like and 2 of them are on the road, so, it was a interesting flight, right? But, the boys pulled it together somehow. We win 2 down there and then we're feeling good, right? We're bringing it back home. These guys got to travel. We're coming to our home crowd. And you know how crazy the Rogers Center gets when stuff's on the line. And then that game was nuts too. Like Russell throwing the ball back and hitting Chu's bat, and they get a run and nobody knows the rule and stuff's flying in from the stands. And then, we get to the 7th and they start making errors and you're like, wait a second. Like you feel that momentum turn and the tide kind of come on your side. And all of a sudden, even though you're losing, you're like, we got this in the bag, And then, I still don't know why they played the infield in, and Donaldson gets absolutely blasted by a sinker, and that ball falls, right behind second base. So it was like just meant to be, right? And I hadn't had much success against Dyson at the time. I knew him before. We shared the same agent for a period of time. He was actually our teammate for a little bit, probably before you got there. It is what it is. There's guys that it works out and they gel in the room, and there's others that don't. And but yeah, earlier, even that year, I had faced him like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 times, and I just pounded the ball into the ground. And he threw nothing but sinkers. You knew he was going to throw you a sinker because he threw it like 94% of the time. So it's just a matter of, is he going to execute and get that late movement and have the ball just like bowling ball into you? Or if he leaves it up, you can cause a little bit of damage. And he fell behind, and then I went after one, hit it off my foot, but that was one of those bowling ball styles, like they just like duck under your bat. And then for some reason, I just kind of took a step back and I felt pretty calm and chill. And I was just like, okay, just go for the sack fly here. Don't get greedy. Stay short. Don't load up too big. And just kind of have one of those swings where you're trying to like get under it and flick it to the outfield. And sure enough, he just threw it a little higher. And you know how I like the inside pitches. Like, I don't care how far inside it is. If I can get my hands out to it, it's not going to stay in the yard. So I just flushed it, bro. And I barely felt swinging. You know how it is when you catch it right that you don't even feel it. And then the reaction was immediate. Like that whole place erupted. So I don't remember anything after I remember starting my load and that's sick. And then it was like sick. And just place went nuts. It felt like the earth was shaking and I don't remember throwing the bat or nothing. People were like, that's sick. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I actually had to go back and kind of rewatch it. And then the whole stadium was chanting my name. It was nuts. So after I was just sitting in the dugout, I'm like, oh,
what the hell happened?
That was insane. Yeah. So that's like, okay, regroup. Let's go play defense. And let's get this win. And then we have freaking Osuna out there. Like, we were like, let's go. We got
Yes,
this.
sir.
So, it's a surreal moment, but also awesome because, I was lucky enough to be at the plate, right? What a coincidence. I played in how many baseball games in my life and then in the big leagues. And I've never had a moment that's a pivotal game playoff in baseball that I had to be at the plate. Like I had one of those at bats. And then to do something like that and all the good memories and people remember coming up to you. It's like, I was here when this happened. I was at the stadium. I was at a bar. I was like, it's cool knowing that I share those memories with everyone. So definitely awesome.
And the Canadian Hall of Famer, by the way. Congratulations, bro. Amazing. Congrats. And how damn cool, right? He was just trying to hit a sac fly. Like he just was trying to touch it, right? And we live in an era right now, and I mean this respectfully because it's easy for me to say behind a mic, but everybody trying to do big time damage and focused on launch angle and create this, that, and the other. And in the biggest moment, a home run hitter, a guy that had 50 plus home runs in a season in his career was just trying to touch it. Just trying to hit a simple sac fly, 98, sinker in, off the plate, just touch it, ball flies. I wish we'd go back to a little bit of the old school of hitting bats, but we'll save that for another day.
We can talk about that forever. We may need a whole series to talk about that.
I mean, I know me and you talk about it drives me nuts. I mean, the hitting today and how this game is taught is just bananas. But yeah, we'll move on from that one. And then bats, before we let you go here, you got any good questions, Jordan?
I would say my biggest question is, what do you say?
I don't want to take all the time. I'm the
No, you're good. I love it. I just like hearing it. But my biggest question is, obviously, playing quarterback in Tallahassee. I mean, you feel like you have the biggest fan base in the world. Our fans were absolutely amazing. But how did it feel having a whole country behind you, playing for an entire country? I can't imagine that feeling.
Unreal. And it probably will translate similarly for somebody that's been at a different place and had that feeling like you, right? It's just that space goes beyond the panhandle, right? And beyond Florida. For us that we're lucky to play in Toronto. Like we would go to Winnipeg and it's like you're still in Tallahassee. You would go to Vancouver and it's like you're still in Tallahassee. You would go to Montreal. It's like you're still in Tallahassee. So that's something that no other team has in baseball, right? I mean, the Raptors have it, and that's it. Because even on MLS, TFC, there's Montreal and Vancouver, and then in hockey, obviously, there's a ton of teams. So, but I think people have this love for the Blue Jays that goes beyond what the love is for other franchises. No offense and no disrespect to anybody, but I can feel that, and I know that Devon can speak to it too. So it's just an incredible feeling knowing that you always had 10 million plus watching every night, no matter what. Like, that's sick. The bat flip night, we had 33 million tuned in. That in a country of 45, that's nuts. So like, yeah, is it cool? Yeah, is it easy to compare with other sports? And no, especially not in North America. Some of these soccer clubs in Europe, they have fans all over the world. That may be a little different, but it's something that I treasure and that I know for a fact that when I'm talking to guys and they're like, yeah, Toronto, the border, is like, shut up. You don't know what it's like. If you play there one day, you wouldn't even be saying the things you're saying. So part of that is us as former players there. We got to be better at putting that message out there because its value as a player, the way they take care of your family, the way that the whole country gets behind you, that organization is family owned. It's insane how different it is than playing for any other team. And I played for plenty, trust me.
Minus the taxes, right?
Yeah, it's all right. Everybody has to have a villain. And I'm sure that at some point I go back to that crowd and I'll win him over. So when that time comes.
Really quickly to end at bats, just want to talk about all your business ventures. I mean, Las Vegas Lights, the new coffee company. I know you're with Diesel. I know you're all over the place. You've always been super business focused, and in a game where you never know when the ending's going to come, you've always been, incredibly focused on that next step. What can you tell me about this second take of your life and how it's going?
You said it best, or I guess Steve Tollefson said it best, right? Like I read that clip that you quoted him on, where you ask him and he answers and says, it doesn't. I'll let you say it again because I don't want to mess it up, but it's like baseball.
Baseball is what I do, and it will never be who you are.
Be who you are, right? So in a similar way, I look at baseball as my number one love, right? Lucky enough that I got to play it for a living, but it's not the complete sense of who I am. It doesn't define me. It's merely a step in our life, maybe a phase one. And from there, you can learn, create relationships, and have a great foundation to go on and live the rest of your life, right? Because when we retire, we're still young men. So I always had this view of, what can I learn along the way that's going to get me prepared for me to be ready when this act does close and they pull that curtain down. And, so I don't know if you remember, but I was going back to school when we were in Toronto, and I was on flights. I'm reading books and taking, practice exams, and everybody's making fun of me and playing cards and doing
while
their
making
thing.
$20 million a year, basically, too. No problem.
I had to do my own thing, right? Because I was working to be ready when, baseball was over. And then, it gives you relationships. It opens doors and it gives you a platform, right? And it's how you take ownership of that platform and how you want to use it to do good in the future. And part of that is through businesses, and part of that is through charity work, and part of that is through just getting yourself involved and, giving advice and having, a good plan and a desire to help others. So I enjoy businesses. I like doing cool stuff, having fun. I get more kick out of that than playing video games, right? Like, let's build that nice gym, a nice training facility, performance facility that it's really a tool for the next generation to use. Right now, I get the luxury of putting my flavor of my experiences into what I believe those kids need, right? And then that gets turned into a product with my partners. But now these kids locally in Tampa have this facility that is almost like a big league clubhouse that they can walk into and go hit in the batting cage, get a smoothie, go in the cold tub, go get treatment. There's a training room in there. Then you get to lift weights. Then you get to do your skill work in the cage. Like, if you had that growing up, how much easier and how much easier would your life have been, and how much better, would you have been as a player? You never know, right? Because you didn't have those resources available. It was either go to the cage randomly or work out at your high school, or have your mom and dad haul you in the car for hours at a time in traffic. Like, you can get literally dropped off here after school and pick you up at 7. And we even have study hall and a little place for you to do homework and tutors. So it's legit. So quality of life, impact too for families, and we make it, affordable. So I try to use that and use the same blueprint and put it in different places. That's why I have a financial advisory company that you and I know have talked enough about in the past that, I feel like there's too many bad stories with athletes and mismanagement of money and stuff like that. So if more companies like this existed, there'll be less of those. Okay, so I can have that kind of impact and legacy when I leave. And then same with a coffee company. I'm from the Dominican Republic, super small third world country. Like, we don't have enough brands. We're a coffee growing historical, country, and nobody knows this. It's all Colombia and Costa Rica. It's like, okay, well, why are we not known as a coffee company? Maybe this is baby steps in the right direction, right? So like everything has to have a purpose. And I have to meet good people. Like my partner at the coffee company is a 5th generation grower and roasters of coffee in a small little village in the mountain, like 5,000 feet in the Dominican mountain. Like it's pretty dope that I get to visit and give back to that local community that has nothing but coffee farmers everywhere. And then I get to take their product from their hard work and dedication and send it to Canada and launch it there. And now Canadians can enjoy a fresh cup of Dominican coffee that was just roasted like 3 days before. Like
cups of coffee
I think that's
from Joey Bats.
I get excited about it because I think that's awesome. But, that's how it goes. So I try to do stuff like that all the time. And I know that a lot of people sometimes don't get it, don't understand it, but I know what's behind it and I know my intentions. So I'm having a ton of fun.
You're the best, bro.
And the soccer team. So with the soccer team, we talk about it all the time as athletes. What did we like to own a team? When this opportunity came about, I was like, where do I sign, right? I had to be smart about negotiating, understanding the industry that I'm going into, the difference between the USL as a league, United Soccer League, versus MLS and the growth of soccer that's expected in the next 10, 15 years, the demographics. So there was a lot of due diligence by my team. I didn't just sign a blank check and jump all in it. So when some things made sense, why not? So you only live once. And it was a calculated risk, a risk nonetheless. And I've had to do a lot of, follow-on investment and pour resources into the team and be committed. But I learned so much. I'm learning about new stadium development, site selection, government relations, investor relations, like dealing with attorneys, dealing with compliance and a league. And it's just so much that it's probably hard to summarize here in this conversation, but I'm having a blast. And I feel like I'm a student of life. And the more I learn, I feel like I'm winning already. So if I make money while I'm at it, that's just extra.
He's freaking amazing. I told you, bro. Awesome. He's the best. He's the freaking best. Bats. Love you, bro. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, I can't say enough about how much you mean to me. I'm so incredibly grateful for our friendship. You obviously left a mark on the field, and I know that's why a lot of people will remember you. But I know for the rest of my life, I could really give a damn to talk about the baseball player that you were, but the human you are and your ideas behind life and what you want to achieve for you and your beautiful family and to give back to this next generation. I mean, I can't say enough amazing things about you. I love you, bro. Thank you for joining, and pretty damn awesome, man.
So
that's Joey.
Thank you for coming on, bro. God bless you.
Love you too, brother. I appreciate you having me on. I wish you and your brother nothing but the best in this journey. I know that this podcast will be a success, and then we got to get back out on the links, man.
Yeah, with what all 6 of your companies you own and 4 daughters, and bro.
Why not?
I'll see you in 2035.
Let's go. I gotta see baby brother swing. I know you got a kick-ass swing on the golf course, but I gotta see baby brother.
Shit, we got to get his ankle to get a little mobility, then we'll get him out there. Old peg leg.
We'll get it worked on.
Let's go, baby. Love you, Bass, man. Thank you for joining, bro.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Travis Take 2. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. We appreciate your love and support. We'll see you next week. Love you, Jordy. Enjoyed it, bro. That was fun.
Yes, sir.